Welcome back to Kelly Day Goals. We are a homeschool family, a fire family. My name is Lindsay, and we are just on a mission, my husband and I, to spend all of the quality time that we have together helping our children to love God and to like each other. Like, we actually want them to grow up and enjoy being around one another. And part of that is that we have chosen to homeschool. A huge help is that my husband's work schedule is really cool and flexible. He works, not flexible, but he has a lot of time home would be the right word. So he works 24 hours on and then 48 off. And every 3 weeks he gets the Kelly Day, which means he has like an extra day off. So we have a lot of time together, and we're just trying to make the quantity quality and not waste it, if that makes sense. So that's one of the big reasons, not the only, but one of the big reasons of why we've chosen to homeschool. So today I wanted to talk about our summer learning schedule. We are year-round homeschoolers, but we take breaks like Christmas, Easter, summer, where our schedule just slows down. So we're going to continue to do our schooling, but at a much slower pace. So I'll talk about that now. I have chosen to start summer at different times every year. So we were part of a co-op that does end of the year testing. It doesn't affect like anything truly, but it's just part of the requirements for the state that they participate in this. And actually, technically, it's not even a requirement until they're in 3rd grade. It's optional beforehand, but we've chosen to do it every year because I think it's good practice and just a good skill and something to not be concerned about, especially when it doesn't matter. It's my doggy. I don't want them to have test anxiety, and so I think it's a good thing just to start young practicing with. So that generally happens the end of April, and I usually am like pretty motivated because I still want them to do well on that. I want them to have confidence on those tests, and so that's kind of my motivation to push like after Christmas until before summer. That's my extra motivation to keep going and doing school and not quit. And that for us is happening next week. But I don't know, Easter was late this year, and I was just really dragging right now. I think I did our schedule a little bit different, where things do go a little bit more year round, as opposed to last year where I front loaded a lot of our work. And so by this time last year, our days were shorter. We had like a lot of things accomplished and finished off for the year already. Where this year, I just re-upped a lot, and so we're still pushing pretty hard day to day. So I don't know, I just got to a point where I was like, all right, if we're gonna keep doing school, I need to go at it at a slower pace, which means it's summertime. So truly, we're just starting summer a week earlier than we normally would. But the fun thing is, there are a lot of ideas that I'm sharing today that I got from Abby from Rooted in Rest. If you haven't checked out her channel, please do as soon as my video is done. But if you like what I'm hearing, I truly have stolen a lot of her ideas, and she has influenced my homeschooling a lot. If you can hear screaming, it's my boys chasing each other with the hose out back, it's summertime. That's what they're supposed to do. I love it. So anyway, one of Abby's ideas is that she does a surprise first day of summer party for her children every year, and they don't know exactly when that first day of summer is coming. It's a surprise for them. And there's 2 sides to the coin. I've heard people say like, you can help motivate your kids to finish the school year by making like these are the last few things we have to get done type of a list. And I like that idea, but I also like being the mom and the teacher and being in control of the schedule and saying like, you know what, we're done. School year's over, summer starts now, summer learning starts now, surprise. So if you go with the first and that works better for you, that's great. But I know we started our summer break the day after Easter, and my kids had no idea, and I wasn't really planning on it. I just realized it would only be 1 week earlier, and I was like, that's it, we're doing it, let's go, let's start summer tomorrow. So that made it more fun for it to be a surprise, and I don't know, it's a fun celebration, but it's always very simple. So if you saw in my Easter video, I talked about the pool that they were getting for Easter. So that's like a brand new water toy. We usually do some sort of just play water out back. There's usually some sort of special treat. Many years it's been watermelon. Because I did this one so last minute, I didn't have time to get a watermelon. It's usually like our first watermelon of the year, but I will be getting one soon. For this one, my kids saw somewhere some Nerd popsicles, and they were telling me about it, and I found them and secretly bought them and have been storing them in our garage freezer. So that was a perfect, like, I already just had it on hand, surprise treat that I was able to give them. Also, they just got these cute little pineapple cups as a party favor, and I made a little special, it was with a special drink with like some jelly bean syrup that we had left over from Easter too. So that was fun. It was just a good, simple little start. We also the next day went to the beach with my husband. He had the day off and was like, hey, you guys wanna go to the beach? We're like, yes, we do, because it's summer, let's go. So we got to do that, and they got to play with some of their other new toys that they just got for Easter. So it was good. It was a good time. It was a good, kind of like a 2-day surprise first day of summer party. So as far as the learning aspect goes, we do continue on, like I said, just at a slower pace, and I try to incorporate more of the fun things that we've kind of slacked off on during the year. So I'll show you, for example, again, this is straight from Abby, all of these ideas, or a lot of them. So they each get a paper. This one has Landon's name on it. So there's a Gavin, a Landon, and then this is like their individual subjects. We shoot for 5 days a week. During the normal school year, we only shoot for 4 days a week. During the summer, it takes a lot less time. So I just say 5 days. It's very easy to accomplish 5 days. But on each of their papers with their name on it is their individual subjects. And I'll just put on there, so like reading, math, reading. Obviously, like he can't pick reading page 61 when we haven't done 59 or 60 yet. It's also always so fun for me to see what my kids choose. So I let them choose anything, but they have to do all 5 within the week. And like you can see, he's picked reading and reading twice and been very excited about it, and not picked math. So it's just fun for me to get to see what different things they pick. And then, so each have that. Also, this was an Abby idea as well, changing the background on the picture, and I like it for accountability. We do this throughout the year. I was just telling my mother-in-law the other day that, like, if you come to my house and see Christmas stuff on my school to-do list right now, then you'll know, like, okay, Lindsay, what's going on? You guys are really far behind. But you see summer and you're like, oh, you guys are ahead. I did this specifically to surprise them, to see. I put it up on the fridge and wasn't sure if they would notice or not if it was summer, a different schedule. So I change that every week. And then we have one sheet that says together, and these are our together lessons. And on each one, I do 2 subjects or 2 like lessons, whatever. One is gonna come from, okay, so Landon is doing reading and math. He's my preschooler going on kindergarten. My 2nd grader is doing reading, math, and typing as his individual lessons. And then together, we just rotate between, well, let me show you. Between our like morning basket subjects, which is what a lot of these are. So hymn, poem, laying down the rails. This is handwriting, devotional, scripture, catechism. It's like all of our morning first things that we normally do. And then Psalm 19. So this will change, and next week it'll probably include more science and history and Bible. It's just the way that I just went in order of what we normally do. So it's a mixture of our morning basket and our together lessons, which are the Bible, science, and history. But it will also include like our missionary study, our fine arts, like composer study, artist study, things like that we just had like a few lessons left that we're finishing off through the year right now. And then, so when those end, we'll just keep up with, like handwriting and devotional, stuff like that we can continue throughout the year. And then the second item on here is what I like to call more like enrichment stuff. It's stuff that we just use supplementally, really. So Bible builds, if you don't know what that is, it's recreating Bible stories using Legos. PP is playing preschool. Let's Make Art. That's a YouTube channel that teaches you how to watercolor paint. We like to do that sometimes. So like handcraft would be included in this. Although next year I really want to include handcraft on a more regular basis. My Story K and nature study. So this will change also. It'll include things like 5 in a row. I don't know, just different things like that. It'll include puzzles and just fun stuff that we don't always get to throughout the year. We have like the Dwell Bible memorization, temporary tattoos and stickers kit that we did a couple and then never finished. So I'll add that into this. Just again, more of the fun stuff that we have more time to do now in the summer. It made me laugh so much because yesterday our reading lesson for both of them, as I'm sitting down, like kind of going back and forth, helping both of them, they each chose a reading lesson yesterday and it took like 19 minutes. And our normal school day is about 3 hours. So you can see like we're adding in a lot. And I love it. I love all of the extra stuff that we add in, but it's also really nice to take a break from that stuff sometimes or just slow it down, not do quite so much at one time. I think the pool might be losing air. They're on their own. I don't know. The wall is starting to slack a little bit and they're having to hold it up. It might be getting interrupted in a minute. But yeah, that's probably pretty much everything I needed to say about it. I made a goal. Okay, here we come. Yes?
Mommy, the wine is falling at the pool.
Did it pop open again?
No.
Okay, I'm coming.
No.
Okay, sorry, just had to add a little extra air to the pool walls there real quick. I think I was just saying in, going along with our Kelly Day goals and just wanting to be intentional about our time. Every year I try to, at the beginning of summer, also make a list of goals for the summer. Just things that like, in lieu of the extra time that we would be spending on schoolwork, what are some things that I would like to focus on? And I did that again this year. Some of our goals are, I just changed our cleaning schedule a little bit. If you're familiar with Fly Lady, it's kind of like a broken down version of that, breaking it up between not just one person, but me and the boys, so 3 different people. And just, we used to clean like by room, and if Fly Lady, you clean kind of by zone, but also there's like some whole house stuff happening, and so we're just switching that up and getting used to that right now. A couple other goals, like just getting outside every day. I'd like to go to the beach more often, and also preparing for next school year. There is so much that I do during the summer that preps us for the next school year that I try and just accomplish like one small thing a day, or every school day, I should say. So for me, like, excuse me, I don't check off that school is completed for the day after I finished doing school with the kids. I still have like one more item that I want to try and check off. I didn't do that yesterday. Wow, yesterday was really nice. Our beach day was fun. I didn't even think about it. The day before, our first day of summer learning, summer school, I just made my list. That was my thing for the day, was to make my list of everything. I literally go through every single subject and write out. So like you can see handwriting, print kindergarten, buy 3rd grade, print 3rd grade. At the very top, print and bind a new planner because I'm at the very end of this planner. Re-enroll with our co-op. Just like literally every single thing, break it down into as small of a checklist item as I possibly can. And then I just try and accomplish one of those things per day so that when it comes summertime, it doesn't take much to get really ready, because otherwise it could take me a solid month to do everything. So that is what summer learning looks like for us. Once again, I stole many of those ideas from Abby at Rooted in Rest. I took a few video clips from our first day of summer party as well as our beach day. We had a lot of fun. It was like a combo day. I took a few video clips and I think I'll probably be posting that next week in my next video and just sharing a little bit of what that looks like. In years past, I've also bought them like a fun activity book or something to do over the summer. Again, this year was super random, last minute, and I'm okay with that. I'm just excited that we're calling it summertime. So happy summer to you, almost summer to you if you're about to start. Otherwise, keep pushing through and enjoy the rest of your school year. See you next time.